Well, welcome back everybody. This is episode 9 of Truckcamper Life, and today I'm going to be doing several things, but before I do that, can I just ask those people who haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe, and also don't forget to push the little bell which then tells you when I next upload a video. Also, don't forget to comment, and because I do read all the comments. And but yes, so episode 8 was quite successful. We had, I think, something like 76, 78 views, I think, on that particular time. And yeah, so I'm trying to increase the amount of viewpoint of my channel so that everyone gets a really good see of what I'm up to. And this particular series of Truckcamper Life is particularly quite successful. Everyone seemed to like the content I'm putting on. And there we go. So the journey continues, and the weather in the UK has been absolutely appalling. And we've had torrential rain and wind, and today it's still under 10 degrees here. It's what is it, 5 degrees today, and but the sun is really nice. And if I just turn you round, you might be able to see, there we go, that's my lovely garden. And there, look, a sunshine out there, so we're doing okay today. It's been quite a journey because we've had all that rain. We had a massive leak in the back, well, I say massive, it was water came in basically in the back door, and I've been deep in rubber for the last few days trying to sort this mess out, trying to sort out where is the water coming in. Now I did identify where it was coming in. It was coming in at the bottom of the door, and I'll show you that shortly. So I've been using several things. So I'm deep in rubber in terms of I'm deep in rubber in terms of the stuff I've been buying from Amazon. And isn't Amazon an amazing time? It comes the next day when you order it, and it's quite cheap as well, which is really good. So yes. Now the other thing I want to do on this particular episode is to try and show you inside the truck, the sort of truck part of the Hilux, but also the engine bay and all the rest of it. And so we did have a nice day. I think it was today, on Saturday, which was really nice. And was it Saturday? What's today? Monday, isn't it? Saturday, yes, because I'm off this week, so it's really good. But and so I got out and I got the polish out, and Max, the Hilux truck has had a wash. Now I did take him down to the local, because we had a hose pipe ban in Kent, which has now been lifted, thank goodness, after all this water we've been having on the wettest periods, I suppose, January and February, because of that high pressure that was being pushed out, and we couldn't get any nice weather from the continent. But now, so anyway, I took the hose to him and used some polish, some some auto gleam polish, which I use, and he's really come up now. I don't think he's been washed for some considerable time, and he will need more to be done, and so they did that quite well. The other thing I did, I managed to sort out the headlights, because they had the environmental damage, and I'll show you what I used for that. I didn't film it, unfortunately. I should have done, but I didn't film it. But I'll try and find a picture of what he did look like. There was a lot of haziness on the headlights, and you probably know, if you're into cars, you'll know this happens quite often. And the reason is this: we used to have headlights made of glass, and they actually didn't get this problem. As soon as they changed into plastic covers, plastic headlights basically, because of obviously the environmental stuff and the crash protection that you need in the vehicle, you see this hazing, a bit like a cataract really, over the front, and that diminishes the amount of headlight action you get. And so I bought some stuff from Halfords, I think it was, and it's amazing. It's just like it removed it all, and I didn't have to use, there were several different levels you could go for, and all I had to do was put this stuff on, use circular motion, and then wipe it off, and then put the acrylic cover over it, which then cures within 24 hours. And the lighting is so different. I went to the gym yesterday, and I used it, and the headlights you could see a lot further, even though it wasn't dark. The halogen headlights reflected back on other vehicles, and I thought this is obviously a cure for that, and that's done that well. Anyway, I'll waffle on. Getting back to the seals in the back door. So let me announce that the rubber seal for the door to the demountable has arrived today. It's a 3M sticky stuff. I'm really impressed with this. It's really, look, that profile end on. It's quite good, and it's an amazing amount. There's a lot here, so I can use some of this on the Sunshine, the camper van. Oh, by the way, an update about Sunshine. He is in the garage. He's been there about 2 weeks now. They've had a problem with the ramp, you know, that lifts him up in the air so they can take his engine out. And so I've said, well, don't worry, he's not, you know, it's not the most urgent thing, but they're going to start working on him on Monday. So about another, what's the day? Tuesday. Another week away. So we go. Anyway, so first thing I've got to do is clean off all the stuff I put on there before, and I'm going to clean the whole of the rubber outside with some of this classic nail varnish remover, which basically is acetone. I'm going to do that, and I've got a cloth here to do that, so let's go and do that. And apologies about the flick here. So I'm going to clean the inside here where the rubber is. You can see where it's squashed there. Go down. I need to remove, oops, sorry, I need to remove some of the bits I'll put here with some remover, and then I'm going to put the new rubber over the top of this. I use this as a base, basically used as a base for the new one. So yeah, I think you can just about see that. So I've had several attempts to try and stop the water coming in. The first attempt I used was, and I got this on Amazon, was I used this very good rubber seal, which is here. And it was quite, let me just get this stuff and I can show you then. This here, which was this quite thick rubber seal, and I fitted this on the bottom of the door because the door has a rubber too, and I thought that would work. Clearly that didn't work because it carried on coming in. And then I used, and also I had trouble then closing the door when you're on the inside. I was thinking of having to fit a separate door handle so I could pull the door closed, because this stuff's quite thick. You can see here it's quite thick. I'll put some photographs on there for you. And then I got a thinner one, which was here, which is quite nice. This one, much thinner, and but that didn't work either. These things. So then I thought, right, I reflected on this, and I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about this. Just goes to show, if the water was coming over the seal, surely it's the seal itself which is failing. It's the door bit round the bottom of the door, the bit that fits right way round the whole door opening. So then I got hold of this, and this is really big boy stuff. So this bit here fits on the edge, and I'll show you that when we go and have a look. And this is the actual rubber, and I got 3 meters of this, so I've used the amount that I had that was shown you on that previous piece, and this works. The only thing about it is that you can't, obviously I wouldn't put it all the way around because it wasn't necessary, but also if you have it too far, you still can't close the door, but you can now, and from the outside you can push the door firmly. So that's worked fantastic, and for £14 I thought, wow, it's worth the 14 quid to save, you know, all that water coming in. So I'm really pleased about that. So let's go and have a look at the door in situ, and I'll show you that. So you're looking at, ignore the wire and everything else here, you're looking at the bottom part of the door, and I'll show you where that fits to. You can see where I've made several attempts by using some draft excluder to try and seal, and so what happens is this part of the camper, this bit, if I turn it over, this bit is the inside, that's the rubber, really thick rubber piece that fits over the edge, the metal edge of the camper van, and then this bit, oh, the sun's coming out, and then this bit is the rubber bit that's next to the door, and the door then pushes against this, and this is where it was leaking. So I've replaced a whole section here, and I'm glad to say that over the last few days we've had so much rain that it really tested it out. So the Mr. Telegraph newspaper, which has been soaking up all the wet, I put it back in the recycling bin this morning. We don't need that now. So yes, so there we are. So what I've been doing, let me just come back to you. So this is the rubber seal that is the new one that I've added. You can see it's quite meaty. And this is where the water was coming in over the edge here. It was literally coming over there, but I've managed to stop that now. But what I did originally was I put some rubber seal into the hinges because I thought they were also leaking. And so I've done that. So I've gone from here, where is it? There. Right the way around up to there, and that seems to have worked. So you can see I've got Mr. Matt there. So there we go. I just need to clean it here a bit and put some extra. I'm going to put some tape just over here just to join the bits together, but otherwise it's working well. So that's that. And let me show you the headlights. So there we are, that's the door closed with the new door seal, and I've then used a piece of ordinary black insulation tape, electrical insulation tape, alright, there we go, just to bridge the gap between the old and the new. So yeah, there we go, so there we go there, that's the new bit there, and it's fitted nicely around, there's no gaps at all. You do have to pull the door fairly close. There we are, that's the door opening, and then slam it shut a bit. I think it will, and you can still lock it. I think it will then, over time, it will to go down a bit, wear in, you know, and that will be fine. So one of the things I have noticed is there's a slight gap between the floor and, there we are, there's a hole there, and the bottom of the floor. It doesn't go very deep. I'm going to fill it in. You can see where I partly filled it in with translucent mastic, but I'm going to have to do a bit more on that because now the edging is not there. And I'm thinking what I might do, is put the edging back some other way. I'll cut the old edging off and then put it back just to finish off this job. I've done the bits there with some tape there, some insulation tape. That seems to work quite well. I think that one might need a bit more, might need a bit more help here, but we'll see. The weather's not very warm, so I think it may not stick as well. So yes, there's two little things I've got to do. So I've had those two. I started a list now. I didn't think I'd had a list before, but I've started one. So I don't know, I mentioned that the towel rail, the tea towel rail, I've got on Amazon, and it really does well. It fits there nicely, clips over the door, and you can still use the door, but it's just, and that was all of £3. I can't believe how cheap that was. So yes, rather than have them on those hooks, which somebody else had obviously put there. And here, where I've used this elastic band, I'm going to use the magnetic closure here. So that should be another little to-do job. So yeah, still got to sort out the fridge. The fridge doesn't want to work on the Calagas, and I don't know why. Whether it's a level or what, I don't know. So I'm going to investigate that a bit more. Because you have to use it on colour when you're stationary and on electric when you're moving, apparently, according to the handbook. But I'll see how we get on. I haven't tested it yet anyway, so that's something else I've got to do. So lots of jobs. Oh, by the way, the step down the end there, that is actually a bath stool, and it's perfect as a step. So the one I had made, which is in the corner there, I'm going to keep as a basket, and the rough surface I used a bit of old carpet that actually stops it moving when underway, so I'm going to put some felt on that as fast, so it looks good. So improvements continue. So these headlights, you can see now, there we go, you can see the bulbs in there, and I'll try and find some pictures beforehand from previous photographs I've taken, but they're completely clear, really completely clear, and I'll show you what the stuff is I've used for that. Really good, excellent use. So what I've used is turtle wax, and this is really good stuff, and as you can see, it's called heal and seal technology, increase clarity, brightness and visibility. Well, it's certainly done that, and I got this from Halfords, my local Halfords, and I'll just show you what's inside the box, because you get, I've put a pair of rubber gloves in here. You get this stuff called headlight lens repair renew as part of that, and there's loads left in there. It's like a paste. Somebody suggested, I think James suggested, my son suggested, that you could use toothpaste. Probably maybe the same little idea. It has slight grit in it, I suppose. So that's one thing you get with it. You get a very helpful leaflet, and it is helpful. I'm not being cryptic here. Really helpful leaflet that tells you what to do and the stages in which you need to do it. And then you also get a little sander, but I haven't had to use that because using the liquid, the repair renew on its own was enough. I did it a couple of times. It only takes, I think it says you can leave it 30 seconds or half a minute and then buff it up, and I did it a couple of times. I suppose it took about 10-15 minutes, the total 10 minutes each or something, around about that. I didn't really time it, but it was a lovely afternoon, and also having the truck at my height, at sort of, you know, or shoulder height almost, helps, because you can get right down to it. And then you get these two ceramic wipes as well, and and it gives you all the instructions on the back. So I would definitely recommend, if you have got headlights that are showing any sign of environmental damage, I suppose you call it, degrading, I suppose is the other thing, then I would definitely recommend using this headlight, speed headlight lens restorer, because it is it's really good, and it's available in Halfords. I think it cost about £7. That's all it was, £7 to repair your headlights. And I imagine that though this vehicle's been through an MOT in October and passed without any advisories, I imagine that when they do the headlight test, that would be part of it, and it could fail on that, which meant you'd have to replace the whole lenses, and they're quite expensive, those whole pieces on the outside. They come as one piece. So anyway, light has been restored back, you know, which I'm really pleased about. And also, yeah, so things are moving on. Things are being very positive as well. That's really excellent news. So just a very quick update on the radio. I've now put the Arial, you can see it there, that thin wire, and wired it into the wired it in completely now to the rear Arial, heated rear window. So and that's now working very well. There we go. There we go. I put a clip on the back there on the other side now. Disconnected the heated rear window because I don't need to use that, and that's all wired into the trim. It goes down here. There we go. Right the way to the front and links up to the front there. That's also grounded as well. There we go. Final piece. So I've got a very nice towel rail here I'm going to fit into the bathroom, so we can oops, they fall out. Probably put it somewhere like here, and then I can then dry things rather than using a line, and it will fold back, and then I can still put things or use the loo afterwards if I need to. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon, and yes, so let's get on. So it comes with this plate which you'll put on the bathroom wall, and then you then fix it, this part, to the second part, so it's sort of like a piece that fits with it, and that allows it to do its job, as it were. So it says a luxury bathroom accessories here, and I bought this on Amazon. Blue Cannon, it's luxury design, Verona. So it's quite nice, and I thought it fitted quite well with the chrome that's already here. So the shower, and so that'd be quite good, really. Yes. See how we get on. There we are. Take it out the packet. We'll have a look at it. Slight change from the Truckcamper. This is the open space where I live, and my house looks onto this wonderful piece of ground where the children have got lots of play areas, and my house is up on the top there, and this is a really good resource. And the council have decided to plant this wonderful orchard, which I thought was really amazing. So they've got lots of lovely plants here, and I've been getting to know the guys who've been doing this quite well when I've been working on the camper van, when I've been on the driveway. So yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you. If you have this sort of thing in your area where you live, I think it's absolutely amazing. These are all going to be fruit trees and things that people can use, which are really good. So once they've grown up, then they will be here as a resource for the community. And also we've got a forest coming. You might see that up there, the line of picket fencing. That's all going to be a forest, which will be for the children. Not too high trees, but so the guy's been doing that. As you can see, there's the football area here, and the swings. These swings are well used. My house is the one in the right-hand corner. You can see it from my office and that. These are really well used resources, and I think that's amazing. Well done, Maidstone Borough Council, for doing that. It's great news. Yes. So I fitted the bracket now that fits the tail rail. However, yesterday afternoon I had great difficulty in getting the thing to fit properly, and I think it needs stabilising a bit more because it moves when I was putting it. So I put one screw in the middle and one there, and then I'm going to put another one up in that corner just to keep it firm, stop it moving, which I need to do actually. And the screws that came with are the most enormous things. They're this size. Oops, you see there. The ones I'm going to use are this size. Where are we? So you can see the difference there. Don't forget, because the walls are quite thin, so you don't want to do too much. You'll hang my coat on the back of it otherwise. It comes with this Allen key, which is useless because I had struggling to get the little scrub screw, which is, if I can show you that bit, oops, that bit sticking out, and that goes in and you hook it over. I dropped it and I had trouble finding it as well. So I was doing lots of swearing, but I might put it up the other way actually. Might be easier from the top. So I brought my watchmaking kit out, which is what all this is here. And I found one that's exactly the same size. Yeah, focus. So I'm using that, but we'll see how we get on. Yes. Finally, the tail rail has been fitted. I've used some Bostik just to stick it there, and it won't move now. So that's perfectly all right. Screws are fitted in there, so that's good news. So yes, that's on the tail, so I can put everything back in here again. And yeah, coming along now. Great news, the end of another project. So you're looking at the catches that I had on this grill piece here. The original ones gave out ages ago, and I took them off. You can still see the remnants of, where is it, that bit there, this bit left behind, which is screwed in there, so I've left that there. What I've done this afternoon is I've upgraded it to magnetic closing. So I've got 2 pieces of magnetic tape, and now when you do that, it will stick quite happily. I'll leave these screws in for the time being. I had an elastic band on here just as extra security, but I think they'll probably be okay. I'll see what it's like driving around. If it stays, I can always put a bit more strip. So I've got loads of this stuff, but I thought perhaps that'll be sufficient. It's flush and it sits, and it's quite helpful actually. And I've used this magnetic tape before. I can't think where it was now I used it, but it's really helpful. And it fits very well, so there we go. Another little upgrade. Probably what this drawer could do with is a couple of hooks just to keep it level. I did this with this one here. I found this chain in the workshop, so it comes down, doesn't drop down, and doesn't stress the hinges. This is where the cutlery is kept in here, so I might do the same there. Clearly what happened here is the heat from the grill, you might be able to see in there, obviously affected the plastic. It wasn't a very good design, was it? So, but that seems to work quite well, so there we go. So this afternoon I'm going to touch up these areas on the tub at the back of the Hilux. See, there's the rear wheel there. Now these were called because originally this Hilux would have had those chromium bars that go across, and this is where they sat. And clearly this has caused a slight rubbing there. So I've rubbed it down, and I'm going to apply this rust stop that I've had in the workshop for eons, and then I'm going to use the touch-up paint which has just come from eBay today, which I've ordered the right colour. So let's do that. There we go. This is the driver's side. So I've just done the same. So I'll let that dry and cure nicely, and then I will use the top coat. So this is the Hilux Red that I've just got on eBay. You just give them your registration and or did I do that? Perhaps didn't need to. Just a make and model number, and then they make it up for you. Colour matched, it's called. So yeah, it's about £10, but yeah, we'll try this out and see what it looks like. Right, so you remember I spoke about this bath seat that I found in the charity shop, and I thought it would be useful as a step. Well, it is, and it's so solid, it's much better than the crate I had, which was fine. It had a slight springiness to it. So this afternoon I decided to use some of my, sorry about the flick of this film, my baize, this here, the green baize that I've got here, the sticky back green baize, and I'm going to put a bit of this, I've cut it out just so it's just inside the edge here, and I'm going to put that on there as a step, so when you step onto it, it's not cold plastic, it's quite, give you a bit of warmth. There. So I've just done the edges there. What do you think of that? It's quite good. I drew round it and then made sure it was slightly inside the lines, as it were, because you've got a rolled edge on here. But yeah, you've got a nice lift up, so let me just put it on there and I'll come back. There we go. Nice baize cover there, look. And it sticks really well, and I can, because it's this type of, you can just adjust it slightly if it's not quite, so I've just taken it off once and put it back on, but it's actually good, so I'm really pleased with that. And yeah, I've got loads of this stuff left, so another update, another good thing for the camper, Truckcamper. There we are, guys, in situ. Looks perfect, doesn't it? Another little improvement. So you're looking at the door holdback, and you can see from this that it's completely been cooked. This bit's actually got a bit missing out of it. This vehicle was built in 2007, so it's been sitting here a number of years. So I've decided to order some new ones, which I have done on Amazon, and that fits, let me just show it outside here, fits to here, that's on the camper itself, and here on the door, and then this bit obviously folds back. So I'm going to, I've ordered a new one, so I'm going to clean that bit off, and then we can wait till the new one arrives, or I might have to fill those holes in, but anyway. Go. There we are, 90-year-old, not bad going. Hey?
The old makeup that does it.
Yeah, plenty of L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Those lovely flowers there. Super, and the cards.
And the flowers that Dad's holding.
Oh, right, yes.
And the post yesterday. I know the book.
Oh, okay. Let's go over. It's a lovely one here. Super. That's beautiful, aren't they? Yeah.
These ones are different.
Yes, do, yes. There we go. Yeah. Well, good afternoon, guys. It's Richard here, and I think I'm going to close this video out now here. There's loads more content coming up. I mean, loads of other stuff going on this afternoon. I was intending to show you the cab part of the actual Hilux. I will do that as a matter of course on the next one, on episode 10 of Truckcamper Life. I'd like to thank you for getting this far in the video. Thank you for staying with me when I celebrated my mother's 90th birthday, which was an amazing day we had down at the Rock Salt restaurant in Folkestone. And she really had a lovely day. Today she's celebrating with the rest of the family, so that's really great for her. So thank you for that. I just thought I'd include that clip because it was just so iconic really for a lady who's reached her 90th birthday. It's quite amazing and so sprightly as well, though she's quite frail in lots of different ways, mobility wise, but otherwise she's all there as it said. So thank you for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and also press the little like button so you know the next time I'm uploading, and also do comment. So I look forward to your comments. They're always great to read, and this journey continues, and I've got loads of stuff to do. I'm going to do some of that this afternoon, film that, ready for the next episode, episode 10. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for being with me, and I really do appreciate making the videos, and also just enjoying this truck camper exploration. The learning that I'm doing from this has been absolutely amazing. Weather's improved today, slightly warmer. I think it's, what's it in here? Oh, it's 16 degrees, which is quite amazing. We've had really cold weather in the UK and so much rain. Yes, everything's going well. So I will catch up with you about all the things, the paint work, the seals, and all the other stuff that I talked to you about on this video, so it's not been forgotten. And if I do, I'm sure you'll remind me. So thank you for that. Thank you, everybody, and see you all very soon. Take care for now.